Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at PayPal. It is time for another update, and in fact an update was requested, so I wanted to let you know that anyone can make these requests and I will most likely cover them, especially if there is an actionable trade setup to follow. Now on this chart we are still tracking this idea of a 1-2 setup where we have basically retraced into the last level of support, the 78.6% retracement at the $50 level, and now we would like to see the third wave to the upside unfold. With that said, within this structure that has formed so far to the upside, we only have a 3-wave pattern, which suggests that there is still quite a substantial risk that we should see still additional lows, or that this could form within something like an ABC structure. We retrace higher within a wave B in yellow and ideally get at least to the area of resistance between the $101 level all the way up to the $210 level. Now if we don't get there, I would probably need to find a different count. It could still work out that we have here the wave B top and we have a very shallow retracement and we push still directly lower. But at this point, I would actually still prefer to go higher within this movement to the upside, at least in an ABC structure, if not into a larger leading diagonal where this could actually even be a 1-2 setup, and then we would be looking here for a third wave up. But that would be for us to see, depending also on how we develop this next move to the upside. Now internally, we have been tracking these ideas for a little while now, and nothing has really changed. We have this wave A top possible here, this wave B bottom, and then we could be looking already for the wave C to the upside. And if we check the levels of retracement, well, I believe we didn't necessarily hold the last level yet. We did manage to break briefly below it, nothing sustained. If we move here on the daily, we can see that we had a couple of opens below it, but nothing actually closed below the last level of support here at the 78.6% retracement. But now if we actually end up forming an additional low, well, the probabilities suggest that this is probably not going to hold. And internally within this movement, we have here actually a possible 1-2 setup or an AB setup where even within the yellow scenario we could still see an ABC where we managed to push maybe into the last level of resistance, the $83.8 level, before we continue into a third wave to the downside. But basically in the yellow scenario we have a reverse 1-2 setup, which honestly could be done. We could already be in the third wave to the downside. But at this point, we don't have a 5-wave pattern down and we don't have a 5-wave pattern up internally, or besides this 1-2 and this 1-2, there isn't much else to be tracking because internally here we have an ABC, a very short wave C clearly, and then we have an ABC to the, actually even a larger one, and looks more like a WXY to the upside, and then to the downside again, we have a very choppy structure where I could argue this may be turning into something like an ABC, which could finish still within this area of supporting green. So for now, for me on this chart, the areas of focus remain the same: resistance, the $83.8 level, support, the $60.3 level, and so far we have been sustaining above the 50% retracement here. We also had some quite substantial structural support, but in the end we managed to break through. I would like to see now if we end up holding this support area in green, and if we manage to actually break sustainably below the $60.3 level, I would be prepared for a more sustained breakdown, possibly in a third wave to the downside in yellow, which could lead us even to new lows actually. But I do want to mention that even if we actually break here below the 78.6% retracement, it is not a full invalidation. It would shift the probabilities, but especially since we have some structural support right around this area, right around this level, and then some additional structural support around this level, I wouldn't even be surprised if we push into those levels before we retrace higher. And for a full clear invalidation, I would still need to see a break here below this bottom, this local bottom from April 2025 at around the, what is it, the did I miss it? The $56 level. Around that level is what we actually need to break for a full invalidation of this 1-2 setup. But for now, these are the levels, this is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.